You know what drives me insane? Watching people throw money into the stock market like it's a slot machine, while they're sitting on credit card debt charging them 22% interest. It's like trying to fill a bucket that has massive holes in the bottom and then wondering why it never fills up. My name is Mr. Invest, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, investing strategies, and why most people seem determined to do things in the worst possible order when it comes to building wealth. If you actually want to understand the right sequence for investing, instead of just chasing whatever sounds exciting, hit subscribe. And if this video saves you from expensive mistakes, give it a thumbs up. Now, here's something that might surprise you. About 1 in 3 people don't even have an emergency fund. The median savings? Around $500. That's less than what many people pay for their car every month. And yet, those same people are asking whether they should invest in stocks or crypto. That's like asking if you should buy a Ferrari when your current car doesn't even run. The truth is, there's an optimal order for investing your money. Follow it, and you can save tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Ignore it, and you'll stay stuck. But most people skip this order completely because it's boring. They want the exciting stuff, hot stocks, market timing, quick wins. They skip the foundation. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact step-by-step order you should follow to build wealth the right way. And trust me, some of this will surprise you, especially why your employer match comes before almost everything and why health savings accounts might be the most underrated investment tool out there. But first, let's talk about getting this wrong is so dangerous. Think of your finances like building a house. You wouldn't start with fancy lighting and marble countertops if your foundation was cracked. But that's exactly what people do. They invest in trendy ETFs while carrying high-interest debt that destroys their progress. Every month you delay paying off 22% interest debt, it grows faster than almost any investment you can make. Every month you ignore employer matching, you're leaving free money behind. And every time you invest in taxable accounts too early, you're handing money to the government for no reason. So, step 1, before you invest anything, build an emergency fund. I know, it's boring, but it's more important than you think. An emergency fund isn't just about covering expenses, it's about control. When something goes wrong, and it will, you won't panic. You won't sell investments at the worst time, you won't go deeper into debt. Now the big question, how much? People say 3 to 6 months of expenses, but that's too vague. Here's a simpler way to think about it. Start with your first $1,000, then build up to 1 month of expenses, then push toward 3 months, step by step. And here's the interesting part. Research shows that even having just $2,000 saved dramatically improves financial stability. Not because it's life-changing money, but because it changes how you think. Once that's done, step 2, kill your high-interest debt. Anything above roughly 8% interest needs to go. Credit cards? They're the worst. At 20+% interest, they grow faster than almost any investment you can make. Which means investing while holding that debt makes no sense. Paying off that debt is like getting a guaranteed return equal to the interest rate. If you're paying 22% interest, that's a 22% guaranteed return. You won't beat that in the market. The strategy is simple. List your debts, pay minimums on all of them, then attack the highest interest one aggressively. That's the most efficient method. Now, here's the twist. There's one exception to this rule: employer matching. If your job offers a match on retirement contributions, take it, even if you have debt. Why? Because it's basically free money. If your employer matches 50% or 100%, that's an instant return you can't ignore. So, contribute just enough to get the full match, then go right back to attacking your debt. This combination gives you the best of both worlds. Once your debt is gone and your foundation is strong, now we move into the next phase, tax optimization. This is where most people mess up. They jump straight into regular investment accounts instead of using tax-advantaged ones first. So, next step, max out your IRA. Why before your 401k? Because IRAs usually offer better investment options and lower fees, more control, less cost. Then, after that, go back and increase your 401k. Now comes an important decision, traditional or Roth. Pay taxes now or later. If you earn a lot today and expect less in retirement, go traditional. If you earn less today and expect more later, go Roth. If you're unsure, split between both. It gives you flexibility in the future. Now this is where things get really interesting. If you have access to a health savings account, don't ignore it. Health savings accounts are incredibly powerful. They give you 3 benefits: tax deduction when you contribute, tax-free growth, and tax-free withdrawals from medical expenses. No other account does all 3. And here's the smart move. Pay medical costs out of pocket if you can, and let your HSA grow if you can. Keep receipts and reimburse yourself years later if needed. Over time, this can turn into a massive tax-free pool of money. After that, go back and fully max out your 401k. At this point, you're operating at a very high level financially. You've built a system where your money grows efficiently and keeps more of what it earns. And here's the reality. Most people never even get this far. But if you do, you're already ahead of almost everyone. Now, finally, we get to the step most people start with: taxable investment accounts. This is where you can invest freely: stocks, ETFs, anything. But there's a downside: taxes. Dividends get taxed, gains get taxed. Every move has a cost. It slows your growth. That's why this step comes last. But it still matters, because taxable accounts give you flexibility for short-term goals, for early retirement, for anything outside strict retirement rules. So, to recap, the correct order is emergency fund, high-interest debt, employer match, IRA, HSA, max your 401k, then taxable investing. Follow this order and everything starts working together. Ignore it and you're fighting against yourself. Do the boring work first, because that's what actually builds wealth. And while everyone else is chasing the next big thing, you'll be quietly getting ahead.